Hi, have a seat. Welcome to my office. Tell me what the problem is. I've had to break up with my favorite fragrances. First it was Invictus. I mean, I really liked it, but after a while it just became too juvenile. And so then I went for Versace Dylan Blue. And sure, I enjoyed that for a while, but afterwards, that blue ambroxan thing just kind of got a little bit old. I've outgrown them. I'm looking for something that can still provide a lot of compliments, but I just want something a little bit more mature and refined, you know? I see. I see. Well, I think I have just the solution for you. It's Dior Homme 2020. This is fresh, it's woody, very mass appealing. It'll get you the same types of compliments as those other two fragrances. This just does it in a more mature and elegant and refined way. Here, give it a try. Wow, I think this is just what I've been looking for. Thank you. No problem. That'll be $100, please. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Scent Review. Tonight I have a really special one that I think is awesome and pretty underrated and very overlooked. Dior Homme 2020. The weather's getting warmer for a lot of us, and that means it's time to whip out those blue aquatic freshies. And there's nothing wrong with those. I love Dior Sauvages. I love the Bleu de Chanel's. However, sometimes the blue ambroxan bombs can get a little bit boring. And a lot of people find them pretty youthful. Sometimes you want to smell mass appealing, yes, but you want to smell more mature and refined. And I think Dior Homme 2020 accomplishes that very well. So let's get right into it here. The box here, metallic silver with the black Dior logo in front. It's semi-reflective all the way around. On the bottom, we have our information. The bottle now looks a lot like all the other bottles in the Dior Homme line. However, the juice on the inside is very different. Information here on the bottom. Christian Dior up top. If you look, you can see the B on the inside of the cap here, as well as on top. Great atomizer on this one. Really like that. Awesome. Very, very, very nice. So the official notes, according to Dior, are the following: Atlas cedar, patchouli, and vetiver. Not super inaccurate, maybe a little bit minimalistic. I'm going to go over what I actually detect now. So in the top, I detect bergamot, definitely some pink pepper. In the middle, there's some cashmere wood, and definitely some ginger that I pick up. And in the bottom, there's some ISO-E super, musk, and definitely a little bit of vetiver as well. So in the beginning here, we're struck with some bergamot and some pink pepper. Now, this does not smell like the opening to Dior's Sauvage, actually. That also opens up with bergamot and pink pepper, but this is done in a different way. First of all, there's no metallic note in this one. The bergamot is a little bit sweet, and the pink pepper is not sweet, honestly. It's more kind of floral. So we get the spicy kick from the pepper with an almost sweet floral tinge to it, along with the citric, yes, but sweet bergamot. Now in the mid here, I absolutely get some ginger. There's a spicy, effervescent, zingy, maybe not so much spicy, but zingy ginger note in here, mixed with some cashmere wood. Cashmere wood is basically a musky, woody accord, for lack of a better term. And in the dry down here, absolutely get some ISO-E super, which is a synthetic compound. Basically, it smells like woodiness with an ambery sort of sweetness to it. So a sweet wood, if you will. It's not fresh like cedar. There's no sort of cooling freshness like you get with a lot of cedar. No, it's more of an ambery sweet type of wood here, mixed with definitely a lot of musk, very musky in the dry down, and definitely a hint of vetiver. A lot of you might find yourselves asking, does that really sound similar to the rest of the Dior Homme line? And no, it does not sound similar. Even though it's the same bottle as the rest of the Dior Homme line. When people usually think of Dior Homme, they're thinking of Dior Homme, Dior Homme Parfum, Dior Homme Intense. All of those are known for their cacao and iris notes. They're sweet, kind of powdery and lipsticky, warmer fragrances. They smell absolutely nothing like this. I am asking myself why Dior released a totally different scent in essentially an identical bottle to all those other ones I just mentioned. Very confusing for a lot of people who are not into perfumery. I just don't understand that marketing decision, honestly. However, even though this is nothing like Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, I think this absolutely does not get the love that it deserves in the fragrance community. While I do like those, they are by no means my favorite fragrances out there. In fact, I could do without them. The difference between me and a lot of fragrance reviewers is that a lot of other reviewers seem to love Dior Homme Parfum and Intense, and therefore when they review this one, they don't give it a lot of love because this is so different. A lot of people have been disappointed in this, especially as far as reviewers go. Like I said, I am not the biggest fan of Dior Homme Parfum, Dior Homme Intense. So I dare say that my analysis of Dior Homme 2020 might be just a little bit more objective than a lot of the other reviews that you may find on YouTube. Now, that's just my opinion. Let's continue on with the review, shall we? Now, the reason why this is kind of classified more as mature is because of the muskiness and the woodiness. Also, the complete lack of ambroxan. There's no ambroxan in this. There's nothing blue or aquatic, yet it's still fresh. I find it pretty uplifting. There's a little bit of citruses in it in the beginning, and it's definitely woody. It just exudes an air of mature freshness and confidence. I quite like it. As far as versatility goes, I'd say it's pretty versatile. This can be worn dressed up or dressed down. I think you could get away with wearing this in shorts and a t-shirt, honestly, the same way you could get away with wearing it at a meeting. It's very versatile, fresh, clean, woody, mature, yes. So I don't think guys under the age of 25 necessarily are going to like it. Some will, some won't. I think though this is more geared towards men aged 25 up. But like I said, it can be worn casually or in formal events easily. I might even consider wearing this on a date. I have received a lot of positive feedback from this one, wearing it out in public. The compliment factor on this is very good. Honestly, it's one of my most complimented fragrances, which kind of surprised me a little bit. But then after I thought about it, you know, it's not like it's the most daring fragrance out there. In fact, the more time you spend with this, the more you realize that it's really not daring at all. It's pretty versatile, pretty likable in almost every way. It's just those notes that I mentioned before, the musk, you know, the lack of ambroxan, the lack of blue aquatic notes might make it just a little bit more mature, right? Compared to things like Versace Dylan Blue or Invictus, for example. So this definitely demands a lot of positive attention. It just smells more mature and refined than those other fragrances that I mentioned. So anyway, getting to the performance here. The performance is nothing crazy, definitely projects an elbow's length for the first 2 hours, and the total longevity on my skin is between, 7 and 8 hours. So above average, but it's by no means beast mode. However, this is one of those fragrances where if you apply it and then you find yourself moving around, maybe sweating a bit during the day, you will continue to get wafts of this even after that 2-hour mark. And it's very pleasant. People will most likely compliment you on this if that really matters to you. Anyway, as far as seasons go, I would say this is an all-arounder. I might not want to wear it in super cold weather because, like I said, there are some lighter wood notes. There are some light citrus notes that would probably just be killed pretty easily by the cold air. But any other time of year, I would wear this. I would wear it in the high heat. I would wear it nighttime, daytime, spring, summer, fall, and maybe even some winter days that aren't overly freezing as well. So guys, if you're buying this expecting it to smell like the other members of the Dior line, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you buy this wanting to just upgrade your repertoire of fragrances from Blue Aquatic Freshies to another fresh one that still garners compliments, that just smells more mature and refined than a lot of Blue Aquatic Freshies, this is absolutely going to tick all of those boxes for you, and I highly recommend this fragrance. It smells amazing. So guys, if you're ready to upgrade, I'd say just go ahead and buy this one. You can find it on FragranceNet right now for $104 US for a 100 milliliter bottle, which I think is absolutely reasonable for what you're getting here. In conclusion, it's a mature freshie that still is an absolute crowd pleaser. It's just a little bit of a step up, I'd say, from a lot of those Blue Aquatic Freshies. So guys, that's been my review of Dior Homme 2020. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, keep it real.